Good morning, everybody. Olin Jennings here, your spiritual guardian divorce empowerment coach, coming in with the energies of the week from today, the 15th of June, until Sunday, the 21st of June. How are you? I hope that you're all well. Are you feeling the impact of this super new moon in Gemini? Um, right, so where do I start? Okay, here we go. So, the first thing to say, I think, is start at the end. So Sunday, the 21st of June, or just to help frame this, I think. We've got the summer solstice coming up in the Northern Hemisphere, which is kind of the midway point in the true calendar year. It's the start of summer. It's actually the shortest day, and that's going to feel weird because I don't really feel we've had much summer yet, although it is the start of summer in the original kind of calendar. Um, so, and the solstice invites us to slow down and to pause and to see where we are and to really, really look at, well, we should be looking at this already, really look at what we're not taking forward with us in the second half of the year, what we're letting go of, like really letting go of in a way that perhaps you've never let go of anything before. And supporting this energy, which I'll come back to this, but supporting this energy, we have the Death and Rebirth card from the Light Seers Tarot deck. And Death and Rebirth, it's one of the major cards in the tarot. It's literally, as it says, letting go so that the new can come in, which kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But before we get to that, we have lots of energy which is helping us get there this week. It may feel intense this week. That's how I'm feeling. I'm already feeling intense, and it's only Monday. So or I'm feeling like the energy is intense. So we've got the super new moon in Gemini. So this was kind of early hours of this morning, really, the 15th in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, Gemini is all about change, right? Trying things differently, doing things differently, communicating better. Gemini is also linked to Mercury, which rules the mind. So um, it's asking you, what is it you need to change in your life to make you feel calmer, happier, to make you feel like you're fully following your path. And I mean your soul's path. And what is it in your life that you're still perhaps hanging on to? So what's coming through here is many of us know the changes we need to make, we just haven't made them. And this is because our minds get in the way, right? This is because we find excuses for not making them. And they can seem like very valid excuses. Like now's not the right time because of this, or well, I'll just wait until then, and all of that kind of thing. But Gemini's going, well, what about if you started to make those changes now and just go with it, even if it's scary? Okay. So if you're Gemini, if you are a Gemini, you're going to really feel this new moon, but there's lots of other signs are as well, all the mutable signs. And others too, but you will be feeling it. And because it's a super new moon, it's closer to the earth, so the energy is big. So really what this moon is also asking is to get your mind on board. Get it to join the party. Get it to really listen to your intuition, really listen to what you're craving, really listen to your desires, and try and convince it, if you can, that your intuition knows the way, that you know the way, that you have this deep inner knowing of what's next, but your mind may well be questioning that. Now, because we've got the super new moon in Gemini, just to make things even more tricky, or not tricky, no, tricky, it's going to feel tricky. You might find you're trying to do this, you're trying to make the changes, you're trying to get your mind on board, but you're feeling overwhelmed, you're overthinking every possible outcome, or you're just generally overthinking and you're stuck, you become like paralyzed. Um, and don't forget, what we think creates our beliefs. Our beliefs create the action, and then that becomes like a reality, our reality. So, but, and whilst that is a really big pain in the backside and in the mind, um, it's actually showing you where you're on repeat. So it's highlighting what you overthink about, what you get overwhelmed about, what patterns are keeping you stuck. So, for example, if you're deciding to leave a situation behind and you've been wanting to do this for a while, you may still be coming up with the same excuses for why not. But if you've been wanting to leave a situation for a while, why does it keep coming back? Why are you still stuck? Okay. Gemini loves change. Then we've got a few things going on with Venus, apparently. So Venus, a lot of Venus energy this week, which is relationships, but also the relationship with yourself. So working on the relationship with you is the most important thing you can do this week. So, from what I understand, Venus is sextiling Uranus, which is all about liberation. What's the one change you can make to help you break free? Now, it doesn't have to be a massive change. That's the other thing. It could be like a few small changes. In fact, usually that's the best way to do it, because then your nervous system is more likely to get on board. Okay, so if you can build on these changes, that's probably better for you. Having said that, if there is a massive change you want to make, then it feels like the right time to be doing it. And then on Wednesday, I don't understand all the wording around this. I've been reading about it this week. Venus sextiles Uranus. I've already said that, haven't I? Which is about liberation. And then on Wednesday, Venus trines Neptune. So this is asking you, so Neptune's the dreamer, so it's asking you to dream, like to really dream about the life you want, and also to see, maybe to bring some more gratitude into the life you've already got, you know, because you're not blowing everything up, you're not changing everything. There are things in your life that you are grateful for. So bringing that in will help you see more clearly about what isn't working. And then I think it's opposing Pluto, or something is opposing Pluto. So I can't read my own writing. I wrote some notes down. What are you hiding from? This is more towards the end of the week. Yeah. So what are you hiding from? What are you trying not to do, which you know would be good for you? Or are you just trying to play small to keep yourself safe? So as I said, one of the cards that I drew was Death and Rebirth. So this is, I want to say creating a new identity, but I don't know if that's the right phrase. I think it's more about creating more of what you want in your life. I'm finally going, oh, enough's enough. I'm going to stop that repeating pattern. So I'm just going to share something with you. It's really simple. It's really silly in some ways, not simple. But I've got my adult kids at home and I'm still doing quite a lot for them. And I'm like, why? Why am I doing that? And I think part of it is because A, it gets done. Waiting for them to do it is like torture. Um, it's my way of creating like what I feel is a happy environment. But actually, I'm not doing them any favors and I am becoming resentful. So I need to change that up. And that might seem small, but actually, because I'm a person that's done this for a long time, it takes an effort for me to do this. So I am going to do it, and I'm really trying to get my mind on board, because I'm feeling that it's going to make them more resilient and um, more able, right? And I know they can do these things, and they absolutely can. It's just they might not do them the way I do them. You get me? And again, a silly thing. Maybe it's a silly thing. I don't know. But I feel like that's one of the things. And that frees me up, doesn't it, for other stuff? So, I'm also trying to stop negative thinking as much as possible about myself. I'm trying to be kinder to myself, bringing more compassion. And I'm really being nudged to do various things I haven't done before. So that's just an example, a few examples there for me. And then the other card that came up is the Two of Cups. Now, this often signifies a significant relationship. It can be, your partner, but it's also in business collaborations. So, and that's what came through really strongly for me when I looked at this. You may have a chance to work alongside somebody. You may be just strengthening your friendships. Maybe you're going to see a relationship in a different light, that sort of thing. So notice that too. And I think that's a lot to do with this Venus energy that's coming in. Because Venus likes harmony. And then, of course, we've got the summer solstice on Sunday. But I started with that. So, yeah, I hope you get me this week. And as part of all of this, and being like coming into the second half of the year, I'm bringing back my summer solstice readings. Okay, so what I aim to do in those is help you release or think about what you want to let go of, what it is you want to create over the next 6 months, and give you guys a little bit of an energetic framework for what can help you to get there, and anything else that comes through in that reading. It's about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, possibly an hour. £60 is all it is. So I'm opening my books for this, but I'm only opening 11 places. So do message me if you want one, book yourself in. And I know that people have really loved these before, and it might just help you get a bit clearer with what it is you're wanting to do over the next 6 months, and what energies are supporting you and what energies you might need to navigate. Okay, so let me know and we can book you in for that. All right, so do take care, and I will be back next week. Have a lovely week. Lots of love from me.